Rebound after an embarrassing loss to the Lions, as promised. That one, Jay Cutler saying, excuse me, your boy, Aaron Rodgers saying relax. So, Stephen A., what were you thinking picking Jay Cutler in the Bears?
Two things. First of all, what I was thinking was that Aaron Rodgers hasn't had much help outside of Jordy Nelson because Randall Cobb and the other receivers weren't getting open, and Eddie Lacy and James Starks and those boys wasn't running the football effectively. The other thing that I was thinking is that Chicago, maybe indeed they were legit because, again, we were talking about Jay Cutler just the same way Skip mentioned Tony Romo just a little while ago. The consistency, the fact that he wasn't beating himself, that he was playing within himself, that he seemed a bit more disciplined, a bit more poised than we had customarily grown to seeing him be in the past. But sure enough, what entered my mind was, bow, Steve, how stupid can you be? How do you sit there and place your faith in Jay Cutler? What the hell was I thinking? That's what I was thinking. What the hell was I thinking, Skip Bayless? Jay Cutler, why am I sitting there thinking about this man? I'm like, look, this dude is checking at the line of scrimmage, changing plays, talking about Green Bay was in the 3-deep zone when they weren't, misfiring all over the place. I'm just looking at Jay Cutler, and I'm like, a big game like this, how did Skip Bayless fool me again? He just did it again. The magician that Skip Bayless is in his duplicitous ways. He sat there and he hoodwinked me. He set me up. Vanderbilt, Commodores, or whatever. I said, maybe he might be right this week. I got caught up in the sauce, okay? Shame on me. This is what happened. Because the second I got caught up thinking that Jay Cutler was reputable, thinking and forgetting and engaging or employing selective amnesia, Skip Bayless, where I'm sitting there and I'm looking, I forget the fact that he's in his 9th year and he's got just one playoff victory. I'm forgetting the fact that even with Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey and Martellus Bennett and Matt Forte, the man still can't get it done. I forgot he's Jay Cutler, and that's what happened to me. I got so caught up in Aaron Rodgers and my concern because the bad man that he is was just bad up until this point. I got caught up in that I forgot who he was playing against. I'm just thinking about Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. One thinking about the opponent, totally forgot. You know what? It is Chicago. It is Jay Cutler. It's right. Everybody's expecting the Chicago Bears to step up and produce. I forgot, Skip Bayless, that we were talking about Jay Cutler here. Silly me. Shame on me. I'd slap myself harder, but I don't want some of my powder to fall off my face. That's what I would do, Skip Bayless, because it's just a...
You got powder on your face?
Your skin looks great. I wouldn't have known.
Stop lying.
We wouldn't have known.
All three of us in the makeup room. Stop it, all right?
Not you.
I would not.
I do not look this good on my own, okay?
I go
I do not look this good. I need all the help that I can get. Look, I know I ain't the most attractive brother in the world. I'm just smooth. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that in the end, what it comes down to, Skip Bayless, is that you hoodwinked me. You got me to believe for 1 week that Jay Cutler actually wasn't going to be an accident waiting to happen Midwest. It's all your fault, but you got me. I'll give it to you.
Wait. Who did I pick to win this game?
That's not the point.
Oh,
that's not the point.
That's not the point.
No, because
I picked the bad man that is Aaron Rodgers.
Haven't you picked against the Cowboys, hoping they would win?
I don't pick the game. I don't pick the game.
Stop it.
I don't pick. I haven't picked one since the opener.
Really?
I picked Dallas to win the opener, and they lost. I said, I'm out. But I'm standing by my prediction they will win the NFC East.
You do it because you don't want to jinx them.
Yeah.
Just like that's what you said.
Not going on here.
You set me up. Go ahead.
You made a fatal mistake.
Yes, I did.
You should have read my column that ran last week. I wrote this. I wrote the heck out of it.
He told you.
I said I'm off the Cutler bandwagon. I finally saw the light, or maybe I saw the dark with Jay Cutler.
Darkness is spreading.
Darkness has descended on Jay Cutler. Look, I knew after the opener that Jay Cutler is never, ever to be trusted. Remember, they lost to Buffalo at home in the opener because Jay Cutler threw one of the more idiotic interceptions he's ever thrown in the fourth quarter. So I finally said, I give up. I have supported him for 10 years on this show since he was a junior at my alma mater, Vanderbilt, mostly because he went to Vanderbilt. I've never met Jay Cutler. I don't know him, and a lot of times, from what I see, I don't like the guy because he's arrogant, he's aloof, he's condescending, he's above it all. And you know what I figured out?
And he can't play that good.
That it's an act. He's trying to cover up his own insecurity. I keep defending his physical toughness on this show because, listen, this guy is tough. He will take shots and jump right back up. I am now, what I doubt seriously is his mental toughness. Because, listen, what happened at San Francisco, that was all about Colin Kaepernick coming completely apart. Remember, Kaepernick turned into Jay Cutler in the second half. 3 interceptions and a lost fumble. It looked just like Cutler all over again. Cutler threw 4 short touchdown passes, and all of a sudden he had his first signature win. It was by default. So yesterday I'm thinking, the Packers are just better than the Bears. Aaron Rodgers is going to do what Aaron Rodgers usually does against the Bears, and so is Jay Cutler against the Packers. What is he now, like 1-8 against them? And he's awful.
Deontay, 1-8 or 1-9?
1-9, I think it is. But he's just been terrible against that team. They have his number because he knows in his head, after he plays a good first half and throws a couple of sweet balls and everybody says, wow, then he starts throwing whoa passes or oh, whoa, or Bear fans passes. Because Stephen A., in the third quarter alone, he should have had 3 picks. They couldn't hang on to one of them, but he had 2. That's the ball game. He threw the game away in the third quarter. And Aaron Rodgers said, thank you very much. I will cash those in. Boom, boom. And the game was over in the third quarter.
Here's the thing about Jay Cutler. You see that rifle arm that this guy has? Physically speaking, he has all the talent in the world.
Well, we've said that for 10 years.
But here's the thing. Never does he come up more short than when he is opposed against an elite quarterback.